All right, I don't know if I'm catching it straight or what, but I got Nate Robinson texting me, yo, you gonna let Brandon Jennings say this? People on my live, yo, you gonna let Brandon Jennings say this? Bruh, you was cool. I let it slide when you said okay, you was the best guard to come out. All right, whatever. Now you're saying 2009 draft class.
Brandon Jennings calling out the whole '09 draft class is crazy. I can't lie.
Lightning never strikes in the same place twice, and neither do you. All right, you had 55 one time in the first game, one time. That's it. You never had it again. You keep screaming
I never seen Ty Lawson this animated.
to the mountaintop. 55. We get it. You wasn't nice to me in the NBA. We smacked y'all when I played with OK, when you played with, I think, Dominguez smacked y'all. All right. And yeah, you can't even see me now. All right. How about that?
All right, so T Law got a lot to say right there, man. As you know, Brandon Jennings has been calling out the entire 2009 NBA draft class. That's the class that he was in. Pretty much saying that he's better than most of those guys, if not all of those guys. And I'm gonna just compare it. You know, he's called out Drew Holiday. He's called out Jeff Teague. Um, I don't even know if Lou Will was in that draft class. I feel like he was way before, but Lou Will challenged him to a one-on-one. You know, you got Ty Lawson clapping back at BJ. And when it comes to Ty Lawson and Brandon Jennings, of course, we know how Brandon Jennings coming out of high school, you know, was a phenom, had a lot of, I wouldn't even say hype. He just had a lot of, I would say, recognition, right? At Oak Hill, he was a dog. He went overseas instead of going to college, came back, still a lottery pick to the Bucks, and then his most memorable game when he dropped 55 as a rookie against the Golden State Warriors. And you know, and then he got hurt. He got hurt, pretty much derailed his career. He still played, I think, what, 9, 10 years in the league, but you know, he wasn't the same. And now he's coming out and saying, like, he's calling out all of these guys in that '09 class. And when it comes to Ty Lawson, I was trying to get to earlier, Ty Lawson, when you think, of course, both of them Oak Hill, they went to Oak Hill, so that's the connection right there. But man, Ty Lawson at his peak, prime Ty Lawson, I would say he was like a fringe type all-star player. He wasn't like in the upper echelon of point guards, but I would say prime T Lawson, prime Ty Lawson was in that like tier two, right? He was in the West. It wasn't easy. The West has always been the West. Ever since I've been watching the NBA, he's always been a tougher conference. But man, Ty Lawson was no scrub, man. He was like a tier two, you know, tier two point guard in his prime. So I'm giving the edge to Ty Lawson when it comes to careers, and that's one thing that Brandon Jennings had mentioned. He was like, the guys that people are naming, they might have had better careers than me, but they weren't better players than me. It's like, okay, how do we gauge that? Right? How do we gauge that? Like a one-on-one? Like how? I don't know, man. I don't know. But not only did Ty Lawson have something to say, Marcus Thornton had something to say. And my folks, if you know, you know. If you know more who Marcus Thornton is, you know he was about a bucket, man. Let's see what he had to say about Brandon Jennings.
You said '09 draft class, all right. But when my name was mentioned, man, what you on, man? What you got going? Man, you couldn't do nothing with me at all. At all.
Marcus Thornton was a bucket. Average 21 with the Kings, 15 out the gate as a rookie with New Orleans. He's a dog at LSU.
Oh, nothing. First of all, you was too small, bro. Like, you know, you was too small. Like, chill, man. Like, you would think you averaged 40 points in the league or something. Multiple time All-Star. Man, you wasn't that, bro.
Hey, man, Brandon Jennings know how to get people talking, man. I ain't gonna lie. He know how to get the people talking, especially on Gil's Arena. You know, not too long ago, he was being called out by a whole bunch of folks for calling Jason Tatum soft. And now, like, this is his next, like, his big, like, conversation topic, man. I can't lie. Brandon Jennings knows how to get the people talking.
Wasn't that? Yeah. And y'all like to call it trolling down here. In Louisiana, Baton Rouge, we call it josing. So let's jose a little bit. Let's jose. You heard me? But we go jose and speak facts. All right? That's what we gonna do. We ain't go jose and cap. We go jose and speak facts.
So, man, there you have it, man. Marcus Thornton calling out, well, not should I say calling out Brandon Jennings, but clapping back at Brandon Jennings for his comments. You know, we never hear from Marcus Thornton. He's one of those players, you know, he just kind of, once he retired, he just kind of faded into that, you know, just don't hear from the guy, right? So this kind of shocked a lot of people. We came out the woodwork with this response back to Brandon Jennings. And, you know, when you look at Marcus Thornton's career, like I said, he was a bucket when he got in the game. His sole purpose, he was going to put the ball in the basket. If you go to his, you know, you go to his basketball reference for, you know, folks who may have not watched him play while he was in the league, it may not seem like much, but he, you know, he was a 21-point scorer in Sacramento. I think he scored 19 the next season. Like I said, as a rookie, he was about 15 points a game out the gate. But man, he was a journeyman. Like after that, New Orleans and Sacramento, being a fan of the Rockets, man, he would come in the game and he would fill it up, man. I think he only played about 17, 18 minutes average with the Rockets, but he would score like 10 points. Like he just get hot. He's a microwave type player. So BJ calling out Marcus Thornton, man, that's tough, man. That's tough because, and again, when it comes to comparing the two, Brandon Jennings, he was that guy coming out, you know, coming from overseas, coming back to the States for the NBA. You know, the Bucks gave him the keys, right? Marcus Thornton, he wasn't given the keys. I'm sure he for rookie year, he more than likely was playing with Chris Paul, probably David West, Tyson Chandler, those cats. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was his era. And then when he went to Sacramento, he was with Boogie, Tyreek Evans, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe that was the era he was in. So he was never the guy. So, you know, but he could fill it up, man. I seen Marcus Thornton get hot before I seen him scoring bunches. He was no slouch, man. So he got a right to, you know, defend his name. So he got a right, man. He got a right. But like I said, man, Brandon Jennings knows how to get the people talking. It's like he knows how to get underneath people's skin with his takes. But I want to hear from y'all when it comes to Brandon Jennings. Do you think what he's been saying is outlandish? Like him just saying that he's better than Drew Holiday, better than Jeff Teague, better than Ty Lawson, better than Marcus Thornton, better than a whole bunch of guys in that 09 draft class. It was and you got some famers in that draft class, you know, with Steph Curry, James Harden. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. What do you think of Brandon Jennings calling everybody out? Let me know in the comments.